Hello everyone, I'm outside on this fine January day, and today we are finally dealing with my neglected prop boxes. So this was my method of choosing for getting most of my houseplants across the country. It just wasn't feasible for me to take a bunch of potted plants, and so I took a ton of cuttings, and then they've been living in these prop boxes for months now, and I'm ready to have my plants back. So let's get to potting them up. So the lighting is probably absolute garbage, such is life. Filming in the winter, it's fine. But let's start out with this prop box. I labeled each one as well. This one has a lot of plants in it. We've got some pothos, we have some syngonium, adansonii, etc. And this feels like as good of any to start with. Can't forget soil or pots. Okay. We're just gonna go until it gets dark, I think. So that'll be interesting. I also have a new soil to try out. This is the De La Tanks soil, which was created by a YouTuber, and I've never tried it, and I'm excited to try it out. I just got it on Amazon. Let's see. So I've labeled each of these, and I have doubles of almost everything. I want to keep the label handy. Okay, so in here, I have a number of plants, and you can see the aerial roots on some of these. The aerial roots on this guy in particular are pretty awesome. But I think I kind of want to start out with maybe this Hoya macrophylla albo. Just gently fish it out. And I don't think I'm going to take any of the sphagnum off the roots. We're just going to call it good for now. But this plant was always flowering for me. So let's hope that when I repot it, it's going to be flowering for me again. Let's see. And these are going to end up in pretty small pots at first, and then I can always pot them up in the future. And we're just going to do that. I think that'll be cute in here, maybe. Maybe I want it in this pot instead. Yeah. This is a pot I actually made in pottery class years ago. Let's see. I thought I was going to have to go inside with scissors. I'm quite glad that that had... Oh, that didn't do anything. I was going to say that I was glad that it had that, but that didn't do anything. I'm going to need scissors. It's actually January 1st when I'm filming this, so Happy New Year. Also, I think either my labels are wrong. I think I put the wrong lid on this, because this says Hoya macrophylla albo. Yeah, for sure, wrong lid. This is the correct lid. Silly me. Okay, the De La Plants mix is definitely really chunky. I think it's gonna dry out a lot more quickly than what I'm used to using, but I think my plants are gonna love it, so we'll just have to see. Feels like, I think there's a lot of pumice in it. Or these might just straight up be rocks. I'm really not sure. Yeah, just trying to step up my plant game in 2025, which I can't believe it's 2025. Get these arranged maybe a bit better. Yeah, definitely a very chunky mix. But there we have it. There's plant number 1. And I think I'm gonna take all my little label stickers and just put them on the side or something to be like, hey, look, I planted that up. And I'm also going to be prioritizing potting up any plant that I'm not putting on a moss bowl because I don't have any moss bowls ready. I don't know where they are. They got packed somewhere, but I just don't know where they are. I've been missing having pothos in my life, so I think that we should do my global green pothos. By the way, traveling with plants this way, 10 out of 10 recommend. I think it's worked out extremely well. And like also the other thing is moving is really difficult. And it's just hard. And when you're moving, you have a lot to do. And it's hard to have time to take care of your plants. And they're pretty self-sustaining in here. So that's nice as well. I think this will look cute in here. I feel like using the De La Tanks soil for this is perfect because it's not cheap. And it's just a bunch of smaller pots. Like if I had to do a huge pot with this, that would be expensive. And I am just... For this one, I am mixing in a little bit of the soil that I already have, which is like a Fox Farms mixed with some perlite, just because I have it. That'll retain moisture a little bit more, which I think will be good for this plant. For Hoyas, I'm not so concerned about it. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is really cute. I really love this pot, and I'm so excited to have more pothos again. I don't have any pothos in my house right now. They're all in my prop box. What is next? And also I was feeling like I had so many small pots, but now I'm feeling like I'm not gonna have enough because I feel like I had a lot of small pots before because your plants outgrow them pretty quickly, but it's like now all of my plants need to grow in small pots, which is just really different. Oh no, guys. I was thinking of doing the monstera adansonii next, but can you see this? It's literally attached to this monstera elbow, or syngonium elbow leaf. I guess I just got it to come off, so that's awesome. But yeah, I think adansonii would be a great next plant, and that has some roots on her. These are all just doing so well. Okay, and I'm thinking like a big basket of this could be fun. I don't know. Okay, I think this will be cute in here. And I have these mesh pads that I just got off of Amazon. And this one has a pretty big hole in the bottom, so I'll throw that down there for it. And yeah, I've just never been someone who really cares to get the sphagnum off the roots. I just don't think it matters. That's my hot take, but I don't know. If you think it's a big deal, let me know. Let me know why, if you've had like a bad experience. But it's always been fine for me. I haven't done a ton of sphagnum moss propagating though, I will say. It's like a lot of people put sphagnum into their soil mixtures. So in essence, that's kind of what I'm doing. Okay, just trying to get them situated. I don't think I'm gonna have this grow up a moss pole. I'm not really sure. I'll definitely let it trail for a bit, kind of see how I'm feeling. I had it growing up a cocoa coir pole before, but yeah, look how cute this is. I feel like I'm going plant shopping right now. Like I literally feel like I bought this plant and I have a new plant, which is such a fun feeling. So I think I have a syngonium in here that I could do. I think I'm gonna pause. Here's what this one's looking like right now, but I think I'm gonna pause and dig into one of the other prop boxes. A lot of these right now are either ones that I'm thinking of trellising or putting on a moss pole, so I feel like I just have other plants in the other boxes that are maybe a little less complicated. Here we go. I was trying to make sure I was putting it on properly this time. I also accidentally took so many Syngonium 3 Kings cuttings. I forgot about that. But here is this one. Yeah, there's a lot of plants in here that we could grab from. A lot of pothos, tradescantia. There's a philodendron begonia, philodendron pole Marx. Those two I probably won't have a pole on a pole. Although at the plant shop I went to recently, they had a huge philodendron begonia on a moss pole, and it looked, or like I was on like a wood stake, and it looked so good. So maybe I will actually. Let's see. I feel like the really obvious place to start would for sure be with the pothos. So let's pull out my, oh my gosh. Yeah, these are extremely well rooted. This is my marble queen pothos. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, we're gonna need both hands for this. Wow. This is why waiting too long, it's not a bad thing because, you know, they have more developed root system. Some people might not like that the roots are like developed in sphagnum and it might be hard to transition them to soil, and it might be, I don't really know, but I don't know, I guess the roots are strong and that's good. It looks like I have 3 marble queen cuttings, so like 1, 2, oh my gosh, the roots on this one, and the roots just get entangled with other plants. I just had to rip that one off because that wasn't going to come into unentangled. This, ooh, okay, this looks like a casualty, so I actually think that this is my Syngonium Pink Splash, RIP, but this is why I took 2 cuttings, just in case. So I'll probably pot that one up next just to like be happy that I have the one and make sure it does okay. So after I do the Marble Queen, but yeah, I expected there to be some casualties. Yeah, the roots are looking good, looking great in fact. Yeah. Definitely my pink splash. Let's see. I'm gonna see what other pots I have. I have wanted to use this pot for a really long time and just never had the right plant for it. So this is so exciting. I think my pothos will do well in here. Oh my gosh, I'm losing all these mesh pads. Oh my gosh, like flying away. Where did they go? Oh, they're on the ground. And because this is terracotta, I'm definitely gonna mix in more of the Fox Farms mix because that should hold in a little more soil. Kind of crazy that I have enough to go in this large of a pot, and hopefully all the leaves will straighten out over time. That is the bad part about the prop box, is that they definitely all grow every which way. I didn't have a grow light on top. They were next to a window. Maybe that would have helped. I also don't know, in this pot, maybe like a plant that grows a bit more upright would work better, but I don't know. I think it'll be cute. Oh my gosh, making a mess. Not as much of a mess as last time. When I was repotting some of my larger plants, I got soil everywhere, and my husband was so kind and vacuumed it up for me. Oh my gosh, I was very lazy about it. That's my bad. But yeah, I think this is so cute. Also, the lighting is horrendous, but if I waited until the lighting was good, I would never be able to film in the winter and keep a full-time job. So it is what it is, but this is really cute. All right, so because I only have one and it's very small without a very developed root system of my syngonium pink splash, I'm gonna put it in this really, really small pot and we're gonna hope that it does well. But also I gave away a lot of my plants to friends and family, and I wanna say I know like 4 people that have cuttings from this plant. So if it doesn't make it, there are plenty more where this plant came from. But it is kind of crazy. I had a huge one. It was so beautiful. So the fact that I'm down to one teeny little cutting is just wild. I also think that I'm going to put these at the bottom of my IKEA greenhouse cabinet. They haven't been getting the most sunlight, so I'd be really nervous about putting them up higher, but hopefully that higher humidity will help them transition a bit more into room conditions, and nothing has pests, so I'm not really concerned about putting it in there. Normally I am very I am very careful about what plants I put in there because I don't want to introduce pests to that cabinet, but all of these are looking good. No pests in sight. Okay, so that was my marble queen, and I also had my pink splash. Winston's a sprinter. Oh my gosh, you're being crazy. Okay, it's so warm in here also. Let's see what pots I have. I have a good pot. So I realized that I was talking a big talk about putting these in the bottom of my greenhouse cabinet. I think I'm gonna have too many. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I have this little pot that goes in a square tray. And I think that my tradescantia, I think this is yellow gem, will work quite well in that shape of pot. So I'm gonna dig those out, I think. And I took a lot of cuttings, and they also have pretty fragile roots, so I'm just gonna try to be careful with them. But I think you can root them in dirt, so if they do break, I don't think it should be too bad. It's all just tangled up with other plants in here. Yeah, these don't really have long roots at all. I guess we'll see how they do. The great thing about plants is that if something doesn't go well, you can always go buy another one. They are not like people or pets. You can rebuy them. But yeah, I really would have expected the root system on this one to be bigger, but also it's kind of hard to fish out of here, so I could just be breaking them. It's really hard to tell. Okay, that one seems like a good root system. So at least we have one. Okay, I think that's gonna be that. Oops, lost one. Tradescantia Yellow Hill. I'll take that off. Pick up the one I lost on the ground. Here she is. Okay, now let's get these truly potted up. This is one that I'll want to likely chop and prop some more just to get it to be more full, but this is definitely a good start. Okay, this is really one of my favorite pots, so I'm pretty excited to have a plant in it again. It just needs to grow out a little bit. All right, so still in this prop box, I'm seeing a number of plants that we could keep going with. Right in this bottom corner, I have my variegated heartleaf philodendron, and I was really disturbing it when I was getting those tradescantias out, so we might as well just pot these 2 cuttings up. There they are, kind of crazy looking. Yeah, the roots on this isn't looking very developed either. Wonder if I have any smaller pots, or I'm tempted to put these in water for a bit. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna put these in water and then see, hopefully they'll grow out for me a bit more before potting them up. This just makes me a little uncomfortable. The tradescantia, I'm like, whatever. But these roots are really quite small. I'm really surprised by that, considering these have been in sphagnum for months. I don't know. That was really so strange. I was not expecting that from that root system. But let's see. We still have some pothos in here. So let's jump in. I have some golden pothos. They're kind of hiding under some other plants, but those should be good to do. Oh, wow. And they have quite the root system. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Try not to yank up other plants. I need 2 hands for this. Yet again. Okay. Wow. Okay. So actually, this is my philodendron burle variegated. It has no roots. It has no roots at all. What? So I'm gonna put this in water too. I accidentally yanked it out. That is shocking to me. I don't know if it was just too many plants, but like, how is it still alive? I'm hearing fireworks and my dog's afraid of fireworks. Pop, it's okay. Pop, come here. Come here. Good girl. So sad. She just came sprinting to me across the yard. Come on in. Maybe she's good. Oh, no. Come on in. Thanks. I've been informed that Texas just won their game, hence the fireworks. That explains why I was hearing people screaming. I feel like people were just watching the game outside. I was really confused why I was hearing screaming. It was like happy screaming, but still, I was like, why am I hearing this? Okay, golden pothos, 2 cuttings, extensive root systems. I think I might just have to use plastic pots for the rest of these because I am just realizing how many more little pots I'm gonna need, which is crazy to me because I feel like I have so many, but it's just not worth it because they're all gonna grow and have to be potted up anyway. So I just don't know that it's worth, man, I hope these straighten out because they look funky. But I just don't know that it's worth going and buying a bunch of little pots because they're just gonna grow out. So yeah, this might be their year of repotting for me. In fact, it probably will be. I feel like I still have so many plants to repot that aren't in these prop boxes, and these are all just gonna grow. Okay, we're just gonna bank on this one straightening itself out because what? All right, I think the last plant that I want to do in here today is my manjula pothos. I'm also kind of curious to look at my other burle Marx and see if that has roots. That feels like it has roots. So we're good, it's just the other one. That's why we take 2 cuttings. But let's get this manjula pothos out of here. And then I'll probably tear into my other prop box and just see what we have going on. I feel like I'm doing all the easy ones today. But yeah, we love pothos. Super solid root system. And I don't really know, maybe taking all of those plants out of here will be really good for them, and that perhaps they'll get like more sunlight. I don't know, like not being trapped with a bunch of other plants. That cleared this one out a lot. Okay, and I'm feeling like maybe this pot. Yeah, that'll be cute. This one's looking really good. People are definitely grilling out and it smells so good. Another plant done. We've potted up 8 plants, which I think is pretty good. And there's a number in here that we could definitely pot up. I have a few Hoya, hopefully. Not entirely sure. Okay, yeah, it was just potted upside down. I was like, where's my Hoya obovata splash? It's in here, but there's a lot of plants in this one. And my philodendron splendid is in here, which is one of my favorite plants. But I think we're gonna just try to get some Hoya out right now. This feels like a happy plant. That's quite the root system right there. I also got a variegated African violet leaf from my grandma when I was in town for Christmas, and I just threw it in that prop box. So I'm gonna throw in a different one. Yeah, I'm really hoping that roots up because I actually got her that variegated African violet for Christmas from Renovation Jungle one year, and then I've never seen them for sale again, and hers looks so good. And I just like, it's literally a gift I gave her, but I was like, can I please have a cutting? Because it's just beautiful. So she gave me that, which is really sweet of her. But yeah, this plant is looking happy. I'm feeling like it can go in this one. Let's see, I think I can fit both of these in here. I'm pretty fine with Hoyas being a little squished. I genuinely don't know which way is the top and which way is the bottom on this one. I think I can tell with this one. Yeah, for sure. Okay, please excuse my dogs playing. Oh my gosh, they're so loud. Winston's getting the growly laps, as he is wont to do. Yeah, this one is definitely really squished in here. I don't feel like I have a better pot. I'm gonna go look. Okay, so I was searching for a pot that wasn't too much bigger, but it was just wider on the top, and I found a couple that I think actually could be better. Let's see. I don't know. It's not that much better, but maybe a little bit. Let's go ahead and do it. And yeah, the yellow pot is really cute. It's a Le Creuset pot, which is really fun. I'll just dump this right into there. I definitely prefer to save my glazed pots for non-Hoya because I find that Hoya do totally fine in terracotta, but that's what I have. That's what I have for now. I'm seriously feeling like this De La Tank soil is going a long way, which I'm quite pleased about. I hope that my plants love it. I also feel like because it's so chunky, I'm just not getting very dirty, which is really appreciated. I think it helps that I'm not unpotting any plants either. I'm just potting plants up. Yeah, I think that I covered this entire stem. Okay, some of these, the stem's just gonna have to figure itself out because this was just really difficult to get potted in there, but the green against the yellow, so freaking cute. I'm really, really excited to watch this grow. I've been excited to put a plant in this pot since I bought it. We bought it over the summer before we moved, and so it wasn't worth putting a plant into, but here we are. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. All right, I definitely have some more pothos in here and Hoya that we could work with. I have a begonia. think this is a cream splash philodendron. Just an itty bitty one down here at the bottom. Yeah, we'll get this guy potted up for sure. Okay. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna put the cream splash philodendron in this mug that we drilled a hole into. Yeah, I just don't want to put it in something too big. The fact that it's January 1st and I'm hanging out outside, like what is this state? I'm so not used to this. I'll never be used to this. Maybe I will be, but wow. I don't know what the temperature is in Iowa, but I've never spent a New Year's Day repotting plants outside for sure. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this one looks a little crazy, but I actually think it looks really cool. And I think as it grows, it's like already really full on top, which I like. So excited about that one. Let's see. Maybe we'll look at this Hoya back here. I have my Hoya australis Lisa, 2 cuttings. This is one of my favorite plants, so I'm excited to have one of these again. I think I might have ripped some of the roots pulling that out. Also kind of feeling like this one needs a really small pot because the roots aren't very developed either. I don't know that I have anything. I'm gonna go check. I really don't have much. I think none of these seem really much smaller, but hopefully they'll be fine. My mother-in-law has the mother plant. If something goes wrong, I think I'm gonna go ahead and, or do I wanna put them in water? I really don't. We're gonna try it. This is a bad idea. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna pot them up. We're gonna hope for the best. I feel like Hoyas are pretty resilient, especially this Hoya. And De La Plants is so well draining. I don't think they're gonna get waterlogged. And it'll be really nice. These plants haven't had any nutrients for 2 months. So you can put nutrients like, I think, liquid dirt and Super Thrive. For sure Super Thrive. I could have put in the prop box. Probably should have, but I didn't. And so now I'm like, I really want these plants to have some nutrients. So it's just time to get them potted up. Here we go. Still so many in here. So I have a pothos enjoy kind of hiding, 2 of them. This one, no roots. What's happening there? Oh my gosh, neither of them. That's wild. Okay, so these are gonna go into water. I'm glad we're figuring this out, but how are these still alive? Crazy. Okay, that was easy. Okay, let's see if my pink princess philodendron made it. Sad, I don't think it did. That one was not doing well even when I put it in here. And I saw that I had 1 rotted plant in here, but it looked like it was a Hoya to me. But I think it was my pink princess. But that's okay, that is my excuse. Maybe I'll buy a new pink princess. It had such beautiful variegation too, but it just was never doing well. It was a little bit of neglect on my part, so my bad. But let's see, I have this. This is just a plain heartleaf philodendron. Not a super developed root system, but we'll pot it up anyway. I'm gonna put it in this green pot. I don't really like this green pot. I was actually gonna get rid of it after I took my Summer Glory out of it. But clearly I'm gonna be needing some smaller pots, so we'll just keep using it for now. I'll be really looking forward to having different sized houseplants in my collection. I do still have some big ones, but I just increased the amount of little plants in my collection greatly. They're all like, just like little 4-inch planter sized plants. Perfect. Here is this little guy. I doubt I have enough trays for all of these either. Let's see. I think that truly that pink princess is gone, so I am going to take that sticker off. And I feel like I just have 2 more that I want to do until I just get some of these others. I just need to make decisions on how I want to grow them. But I think we'll pot up my epipremnum albo and my beefsteak begonia and call it a night. It's starting to get a little darker and a little colder anyway. I feel like begonia roots can sometimes, something's rooting heavily in this corner, but yeah, they can be a little gentle, so I'm trying to be careful, but that seems like it's rooting up pretty well. And I took, I think, just 2 cuttings. Sorry, I'm not really showing you guys fishing the plants out. I just really realized that it's nice to have 2 hands. And my squamiferum's trying to break free, of course. Okay, beefsteak begonia. I feel like my beefsteak begonia is probably not gonna like this pot very much, but I think I'm gonna put it in here for now anyway, just because it's so small. I don't wanna put it in anything too much bigger, really. I don't know, maybe this one's kinda cool. Okay, I actually do really like it in this one, so I'm gonna put it in this one. I had such a big beefsteak begonia. This is the sad thing about taking cuttings of plants when you move, is just, you know, remembering what you once had. But I don't know, I watch a lot of plant YouTube, and there are people that travel across the country with a ton of plants, and like that just wasn't, like, more power to people who have the ability to do that, but that just was not our priority. So this is my little hack. Oh, and one's kind of falling over. This will grow out really nicely over time and just kind of sprout up on its own. So I'm glad I chose this planter, I think. But yeah, it's just gonna take a little time. All right, so this is gonna be the 14th plant, if you can believe it. Our very last plant, the epipremnum pinnatum albo. And this one I had growing up a moss pole, but I decided that I would like it to be in just a big hanging basket. Oh my gosh, now there's only 3 plants in here when I'm done. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, I just want to have this in a big hanging basket. So we're gonna take this out, and I just have a feeling this is heavily rooted, and I think it is. So I might have to go in and grab a bigger pot, which is a great problem to have. And I don't know, I guess a lot of the other plants that I'm going to pot up, I will have in a moss pole. So maybe I won't need a lot more smaller pots, because I can't use a super tiny pot if I'm gonna put a moss pole in it. Yeah, these roots, they're insane. Very happy about that. Just like completely trailing underneath the entirety of the hot box. Oh my gosh, wow. This is just a lot of sphagnum, so I am trying to take a little off, but it's just really not worth breaking the roots to me. I feel like all of the plants that are staying in the prop boxes are going to be in shock from getting kind of disturbed, so hopefully they all are fine for another, I don't know, week or so before I deal with the other ones. Probably longer than a week, let's be honest, because I just have to find my moss poles. I have a bunch that have moss in them that I swear I potted up, or I packed. Maybe I didn't, maybe I gave them away. The moss is so expensive. I don't think there's any way I would have done that. Yeah, these are all looking good. My monstera standulana albos, squamiferum, and splendids, thank goodness. And that's all that's left. And this one, just 3 plants. Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna go get a large pot for this guy. And these can be put away. That's awesome. Okay, so this was tough because I feel like I have a lot of pots that are the right size for this, but I just felt like this blue would maybe look really pretty. Yeah, I think that'll look good. And I'm so excited because I haven't had a lot of plants in my sunroom as they have been burning because it's just so much sunlight coming in. But I just ordered tension rods and I have curtains, and I'm going to try to hang curtains. I was sort of on the fence as to how, just because I wasn't really on the fence. I just like did not know how to hang curtains in that room because there's so many windows. You can't really hang curtain rods on the walls, but then they're so large and like just the shape of them, I was like, if I put blinds or shades up here, they would look crazy. And so I just really wasn't sure what to do, but I think tension rods and curtains will do the trick. And then I can just have more bright and direct light versus I just have a lot of bright direct light, which is great for cacti and that sort of thing. But I have a lot of philodendron and anthurium and, you know, all the plants you saw today, that it is just too much. Like I had an aglaonema burn. I'm trying to remember what other plants I've had burn, but there just has been a little too much burning for my taste. So I am really quite excited about that. But yeah, I don't know. I have way too many plants potted up to fit into my IKEA greenhouse cabinet, especially if I was trying to only keep them on the bottom. So I really don't know where I'm going to put these. I might put some of them in my bathrooms just because the humidity in there is going to be pretty high. In fact, I think I will. I think I'll do my IKEA greenhouse cabinet and my bathrooms. And my bathrooms are all really bright, so that helps. That should help quite a bit. But yeah, this might be a little too big of a pot. I don't know. The root systems were pretty large, but now that they're in here, I feel like the plants look really small. But I guess it's about the roots. It's not as much about the plants. Can't believe this is the 14th plant. It's like I just went plant shopping and got 14 plants for free. That's what this feels like. Okay. That will look really cute eventually. For sure. It still looks cute now, but the last and 14th plant. And honestly, now the sunlight looks good, now that it's a little bit less direct. These are all of the plants that we potted up today. It was a very productive day. So now I'm just gonna go water these and then put them in humid places around my house to just help with the transition to room humidity. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you enjoyed it down in the comments below, and I can take you along for potting up the rest of the plants in my prop boxes. Those are gonna be more complicated, as I'm going to need to prep with moss poles and trellises and things like that. That's something that I'm really trying to be better about this time, is planning out how do I want to grow my plant before it gets too big. So that's the plan. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.